Hello, and welcome to Shawnee Mission North's production of the 51st Annual Thespian Banquet.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to this year's banquet. Now, first I want to acknowledge that this is a completely different form of banquet than we've ever had before. Normally, we get dressed up all nice and we have a big fancy dinner together, but unfortunately, we can't do that tonight. So, I encourage you all to grab a snack and get comfortable as we reminisce on the wonderful year that we had. Exec Board and the teachers want to thank you all for the incredible amount of hard work that you put in this year. Whether you were acting in a show or on tech, helping everything run smoothly and look and sound as amazing as it did, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. For many of us, we were gearing up to put on our last show, whether it be the final ART show or rep show, the last main stage of the season, or the long-standing tradition of the drama lip-sync battle. We are all sad that we didn't get to finish off the year the way that we'd hoped. So, let's take this time to reminisce on all the good things we were able to accomplish, because we put on some pretty amazing shows, and we couldn't have done it without all of you guys. So, without further ado, here's your 2020 Thespian Banquet.
Many ask what we do in this department.
During a dress rehearsal?
From the Flintstones, Emily Turner.
And honestly, it's hard to explain.
Because we do so many different things.
We do lights. What are you guys doing?
Gels. We're gels, that's what.
Could use the flash. Think of that.
Tyson, what are you doing
Oh, hey.
now?
We're actually just in the process of EQing Olivia.
Austin, what are you doing?
I'm screwing in a light bulb. Wait.
Sam, what are you doing?
I'm putting a drill bit in a drill.
For why?
Props.
Sure you are.
Yeah.
I'm cleaning this old toolbox that we got for the show. It's gonna be our main set piece for the garage. So I just I'm sorting pictures to hang for the set of Wait Until Dark.
Okay, Kayla, what are we doing right now?
Okay, so we're on our way to go show Bartlett a costume for Emily, who's playing Chris in Rumors. So this is her first time trying something on. We're really excited to show Bartlett.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
That's wonderful.
That's really funny.
I need to see it on her. But yeah, that's, yeah, if I can see it on her. Okay, cool. Sorry.
What are we gonna show?
Informing.
Because you guys are, well, besides Morgan, you're wonderful costumes and makeup and hair crew, right?
Sure.
What are you doing?
I'm making the best display case ever. Pageant.
Oh, and who is your, amazing publicity co-crew that you couldn't do this without?
I am actually known to work alone, but if you're referring my mom's cricket, that's great.
What?
I said
Dinner.
No, what are you guys doing?
We're on our way to go paint.
I joined ART for the first time.
Is blocking. And so, okay.
They're blocking.
So you are gonna run her through. So may I see this? Okay. So Romy can go there, right, Wes?
Oh, do I need
Yeah, you don't have to
do I
sit
just like
okay.
sit here?
Can you stand here?
Supposedly.
And you're not.
Why? Go up.
Okay, I thought
Get
it would
on.
work better.
Oh God. Easy.
What are you doing?
They're being distracting backstage. Running a show. What did I just say?
Taxi! Taxi!
guys, what are we doing today? What are you doing?
We're running lines before I run through.
For the first scene of the first act of Wait Until Dark.
Of the first main stage of this year.
And
That's kind of facts, though.
the first Q to Q of this main stage.
It's the first of many firsts.
I'm really touching.
And we're doing Q to Q. We have sound people, and there's people talking backstage. And then we're up here, and then they're over there doing their thing. Okay, what are you doing, Zach?
I have no idea.
What are you doing?
I'm looking at PSAT memes, but I'm supposed to be spray painting the safe for Wait Until Dark.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What is happening right now?
We're trying to build the all shook up set. It's not. It's working really well. Sorry.
Alex gave Claire the cheese touch. Watch out, fellas. Keep your fingers crossed.
This is before Matt.
Give me your phone. Sorry. No, that does not. No, it's only fingers. No, it has.
Just toes don't count.
How do you cross your toes? You cross your toes here.
Okay. Everybody take one. Everybody take a deep breath.
And finally getting to show all of our hard work off to the public.
Everybody's phones. I'm really excited. We're about to open house. Or we already opened house, but we're about to go. And I'm like, it's so crazy. Ella, what are you doing?
Trying to fix the headset because it's making too much static.
Because tonight
Is the opening night?
Wait Until Dark.
But even through all this, we find time for
Birthdays.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Palmer.
First steps.
Did you get it?
Freeze tag tournaments.
What were we saying, Kayla?
Okay, so we just played our Rumors Cast freeze tag tournament, and our ultimate winner is Jeremy. And so I'm gonna go get his prize to give it to him because he deserves it.
Jeremy Taylor!
Show Alex the stick. Speech.
And plenty of fun.
I am policing this here establishment. So.
Fellas, watch out. Alex has the cheese touch. Make sure you cross your fingers.
I said I need that. What again?
Why?
Name moment and pone lo siete.
So, the pain train painfully rolls into the station earlier than expected. We want to thank all the parents for lending their children and their help.
The teachers for all that they do for us.
This part, what are we doing?
It's a blocking rehearsal. Well, actually,
It does need to be
louder.
Yeah, it's like,
They would be
what's the big deal? Like, your character's not one.
and each other for the wonderful year that we created together.
Let us remember the hard work
Unforgettable moments.
and friendships formed this year.
From our first entrances
Hello? Who is it? Good evening, Mr. Tallman. You've got the wrong place. Oh.
Sammy! Sam?
What's that?
To our final bow.
Even if it ended abruptly.
See you next year.
This year, we had some pretty incredible and unforgettable moments on and off stage. Moments that blew everyone away, moments that made us laugh and cry, and moments when things just did not go according to plan. Those moments deserve some recognition, which is why we will be presenting our GAG Awards throughout the night.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Who had the best scream? Annalisa Harvey in Wait Until Dark, Jessie Rodriguez in Best Christmas Pageant, Grace Lawton in the ART Fall Show. Answer is Cohart in the rehearsal of All Shook Up when she thought someone broke in.
Just because the seniors didn't get to finish the last few months of their senior year doesn't mean that they haven't had a massive impact on our department. This year's seniors have put in more time and effort than I think most of us even realize. Speaking for myself, I can say that this year's senior class is filled with some of the kindest and funniest people I have ever met. From helping me prep for an audition to just cheering me up on a bad day, it seemed like the seniors were always there and had my back. And now I have a list of seniors and I could write an essay about each one of them and the impact they've had, but that would make this video way longer than it needs to be. So head over to our Instagram, SMN North Theater, where we will be posting daily senior appreciation posts where we showcase just some of the amazing seniors we have in our department.
An essential component to our department is our supportive parents. Being a parent of theater kids is tough, from weirdly timed rides and not seeing your kids at dinner for months to listening to repetitive line memorization and musical numbers in your house all night. We know it isn't easy, but with every show night flower, every embarrassing post-show photo shoot in the lobby, and every I'm proud of you, we grow in the support from our parents. Throughout this school year, some specific parents stood out to us who we think deserve some recognition. In making an appearance at all of our shows, coming up with new and exciting ways to fundraise for our department like the soda fountain at All Shook Up, and hosting strike parties of 30+ students at inconvenient times of the night and always being ready to help in whatever way they can, these parents have raised the bar for creativity, patience, and sacrifice in our department. I am excited to present the Supportive Parent Award to none other than the very deserving Heather Turner, Amanda Morris, Shawnee Kastner, Kim Leland, and every other member of TAPS for all the work, love, and support they have given to our kids and department this year. Thank you.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Best Stage Fail. The stage almost catching fire during All Shook Up, a sword going missing during Shakespeare, Loxley breaking the glass in Rumors. Answer is Alex Arnold when she gave the cast and director of All Shook Up the flu.
This new thespian has been in leadership positions since their freshman year. They were always willing to be flower crew head and never afraid to take the lead. They even wrote a show that was featured in our theater showcase this year.
Then to wrap up the year, they dipped their toes into stage managing by being ASM props for scenes from Shakespeare. Congratulations on becoming a thespian, Abby Schiller.
This thespian started off his theater career by playing a reporter/wedding guest in The Drowsy Chaperone. After that, he played the cop of Not Many Words, Sheriff Earl, in All Shook Up. I had the opportunity to work with him on both shows, so I'm excited to congratulate Austin Peck on becoming a thespian.
This new thespian came into our department as it was all in the timing. She automatically charmed everyone she met with her upbeat personality and bright smile as she fluttered on stage as a sweet fairy. But don't be fooled, this girl can pack a punch. She continued to amaze us with her groovy dancing in All Shook Up and never missed a beat. No matter what the task is, she's up to it and happy to do it. Congratulations, Angie Zembrennan.
This thespian is a person of many talents. They started out their freshman year by playing in pit orchestra for Catch Me If You Can, then entered their sophomore year with Ooh-Ah's Abigail 1702, and topped it off with the Best of Drama lip syncs. Then, in their junior year, they were in even more shows, like The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, All in the Timing, and Shakespeare Abridged. They ended their final year with a bang by playing the lead in The Earth is Flat, being in a musical rather than playing behind it. It made us all swoon when they played Romeo in scenes from Shakespeare. Congratulations to Asa Martin on becoming a thespian.
This person has put in a ton of work for our department. Much of that has been spent with costumes crew, making sure that everybody looks fantastic. They have also shined in many onstage roles, however. From putting out fires in The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, their sophomore year, to rocking out with the Best of Drama lip syncs. They started off their junior year as a suspicious lookalike in The Earth is Flat, and then served as ASM costumes for The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. And finally, they were scheduled to play Officer Welch in Rumors. So, with all of that, congratulations to Declan O'Brien.
This thespian has been hard at work in our department for the past 3 years, playing a variety of roles, including half of a dynamic baking duo and a newsie with a bum leg. I had the pleasure of being this person's stage manager in a show where he played an empathetic con man, and I got to share the stage with him in this year's production of All Shook Up, where he played my daughter's military boyfriend. So, I'd like to congratulate Andrew Madden on becoming a thespian.
This thespian has held many roles during her time at North, both on stage and behind the scenes, and has always done it with her best work and a smile. She acted in Newsies and then went on to the next season as ASM props for Best Christmas Pageant Ever, as well as this year's Wait Until Dark, in which she decorated one of the best sets I've ever seen. She was set to play an airheaded cook named Cookie in Rumors. If you're having a bad day, she's always there with a hug and a smile, and is overall one of the most uplifting and sweetest people I've ever known. I'm so very proud to congratulate Ella Gibson on becoming a thespian.
This person is pretty new to the department, but has done an outstanding job on and off stage this year. Like many of us, they began their theater career in the fall, performing in this year's theater showcase. For most of the year, however, this person has helped make everyone look good on stage with all of their work on makeup crew. Being only a freshman, this person has already made a big impact on our department. They were set to perform Heartbreak Hotel in this year's Best of Drama lip syncs. I have had the pleasure of working with them not only in theater, but also in band. So without further ado, congratulations, Holly Reed!
This thespian is willing to undertake any task for the department with grace, no matter how difficult or inconvenient. In his time at North, he has worked on construction, acted as a loving husband in Wait Until Dark, walked around in an uncomfortable whiplash position during Rumors, and drunk one of the nastiest concoctions I've ever seen in ART. This hard-working thespian always comes to rehearsal or tech days equipped with a joke and a kind word, and I'm excited to congratulate Hasnain Al-Said on becoming a thespian.
Our next thespian started out her theater career by playing a newsboy in Newsies. After that, she played Leroy Herman in The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. She hates the typecast of boy, but I think she did an amazing job. After that, she was on makeup crew for She Kills Monsters. She started off her junior year with a bang by playing Lorraine in All Shook Up, and then she was set to play Claire in Rumors. I've had the opportunity to work with this person on many occasions, and I have always enjoyed it, so I'm excited to congratulate Olivia Morris on becoming a thespian.
Starting off in Ooh-Ah's their freshman year, this thespian was in it from the beginning. They ended their freshman year in Best of Drama lip syncs and were in Ooh-Ah's again their sophomore year. They have been on makeup crew for 3 years now, and recently trekked into new territory by being on costumes for the Best Christmas Pageant Ever this year, and then immediately jumped back into makeup crew for All Shook Up, while still helping out with costumes crew whenever we ran into a snag backstage. They are incredibly sweet and always willing to lend a helping hand to whoever needs it. Congratulations on becoming a thespian, Isabel Campsey.
This person has been a major help to our lads crew throughout the year. She even did double duty acting in Shakespeare and helping out with lights in the same exact season. She is genuinely one of the kindest and most hardworking people I have ever met. Congrats, Kate Mook, on becoming a thespian.
Starting her junior year with lights for our fall musical Newsies, this thespian became a force to be reckoned with. She quickly became a leader in our department as she began to find new opportunities to help. This girl can do it all, from the theater showcase ASM to becoming a rock star in All Shook Up to becoming so funny in ART and eventually becoming ASM costumes for her final show for Rumors. I'm so glad we could spend our time together as management. Congratulations, Kayla Warren.
Over her past 2 years here at North, this person has put a significant amount of time into our department. Just this year alone, she was an actor in 2 shows, the Theater Showcase and All Shook Up. And she put in a significant amount of time in so many different crews throughout the year. Huge and very much well-deserved congratulations to Morgan Janke on becoming a thespian.
This thespian has been a part of theater for a very long time, both inside and outside of school. While in school, she has helped us look our best on stage through all her work in hair and makeup. And she's played some pretty interesting roles, like Mrs. Clark in last year's production of Best Christmas Pageant Ever, and she was set to play Mona Monet, a total diva, in the upcoming rep show Drop Dead. So, thank you for all your hard work in the department, and I'd like to congratulate Zoe English on becoming a thespian.
Even though it was this person's first year in our department, it seemed like he had been around for years. Just this year alone, I got the opportunity to work with him in many different ways. Whether he was acting as a mom in the theater showcase or a nurse in scenes from Shakespeare, or even when he's getting us all shook up with his all shook up sound effects. Congrats, Sean Ingram, on becoming a thespian.
Yes! Yes! Who had the best fall? Erin Morgan in All Shook Up, ART playing Weekend at Bernie's, Ella Gibson in Rumors. Answer is Annalisa Harvey and Wait Until Dark.
This night is about celebrating all of the hard work that happened this year. Now, most of us got to be celebrated at the shows, whether it was bowing or getting thanked at Strike Party, but what about those who didn't get thanked but still put in a lot of hard work? Well, we'd like to use this time to thank them. The janitors, Miss Cook, and Miss Morton all put in a ton of hard work this year to help our department. We also have a special award to give out called the Supportive Staff Award. We would like to give that award to Mr. Jameson. Now, if you've been in the theater department before, you know that theater can get buried among the extracurricular activities at North. But Mr. Jameson made an effort to make us feel like we were seen. He came to every show, watched intently, and even talked to us afterwards. We'd like to thank all of these people tonight because we couldn't have done this year without them.
Yes! 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 Best opening night turnout. ART Fall Show, The Earth is Flat, All Shook Up. Answer is a 3-way tie between Rumors, Drop Dead, and the ART Spring Show.
I just wanted to thank you for everything you've done for me over the past couple years. Between all the shows that we've worked on together and all the times I've had you as a teacher, I have genuinely learned so much from you, things that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. And even though you're leaving, I know how much you care about us as your students and our department as a whole, and I hope you know how much we care about you.
Thank you. Mrs. Carr for always being there for when students need someone to talk to. And thank you for the stories about Bernard and always slipping into a British accent when you're explaining stuff. Thank you for letting me faint in your show. I can cross it off the bucket list now.
Hey Ms. Cohart, I just wanted to say you were really influential in my life as a theater teacher, and we'll all miss you very much.
Hey Mrs. Cohart, I just wanted to say thank you for your patience throughout the years, and getting to work with you was a lot of fun.
Hi Ms. Cohart, thank you for being such a great teacher. I'm gonna miss you. I had some of my favorite roles with you, Jim, Prentice, a wedding guest monkey. I hope you have a lot of fun at Blue Valley Northwest, and I hope they treat you right.
Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. You know, I took IB Film for 2 years, so if this looks bad, we all know who to blame. Chris Palmer. But, anyway, Mrs. Cohart, thank you. We've come a long way since 8th grade and comic book artist, and it has been both an honor and a pleasure to have had you as a teacher.
Congratulations, Ms. Cohart, on this amazing opportunity. I know you're going to do wonderful things at Blue Valley Northwest next year. Thank you so much for making this theater department a home for me for the last 4 years and for being an amazing teacher, mentor, and friend. I know you're going to do fantastic things in the future.
Hi Ms. Cohart, thanks for your time at North. I hope it's been really fun for you. I mean, I've loved having you as a teacher. I am really sad to hear that you're leaving next year, but I feel like you've taught me a lot over the past year especially. I feel like I've grown a lot under your supervision with English and especially essays, which is where I struggle the most. And I also look up to you because of how poised and sweet you are.
Boo! Sorry, Ms. Cohart. Didn't mean to scare you again. Like that time I got you in your office and you almost jumped out the window. I just want to thank you so much for everything you have taught me, like not focusing on the chaos of the world, aka Actor Studio class, second semester 2018, but focus on the things that truly matter. And yeah, we're both starting some new chapters in our lives, and I just wish you the best.
Thank you, Ms. Cohart, so much for everything. You're the first drama teacher I had at North, and you were so nice and kind the whole time, even after you changed your last name and people still called you Baumgart. You taught me how to appreciate Shakespeare more in Actor Studio, and I always looked forward to working with you on a show, whether you were directing me, mentoring me, or helping me choreograph stage fighting. You're an awesome teacher, and I'm sad to see you go. I hope those kids realize how lucky they are to get a teacher as great as you.
Hi, Ms. Cohart. I just want to say thank you for everything you've done for me and for this department as a whole. I had my first chances in this department acting with you. You directed my first lab play and my first main stage, and I just want to say thank you for giving me all of the opportunities you did.
Ms. Cohart, it is the second year you have served as my teacher, director, and mentor. From you I have learned a myriad of skills. From stage combat to the art of making playbills to all about your dog, Bernard. I know your next school will appreciate you just as much as we have, and you will allow that department to flourish the same way you have to us. While it is extremely saddening that you won't be at North for my final 2 years here, I know I can count on you that you will still be my mentor.
So throughout my time at North, I had Miss Cohart for a ton of theater classes, and hands down, she is one of my favorite teachers I've ever had, period. Miss Cohart was just truly there, and she genuinely cared. And even to this day, I know I can still email her and ask her for advice and just ask for guidance in this time of change and new experiences. I know I'm not the only student that felt like this. I know a lot of students have, and Miss Cohart possesses every quality that there is in a strong woman. She is the spitting image of a strong woman who is brave and resilient. And you don't meet a lot of teachers that are like her. You don't meet a lot of teachers that really care and value her students and really validate what they're going through. And she really understands and cares about her students. So thank you, Miss Cohart, for always supporting me in my dreams and just being an amazing teacher and leader and mentor and friend.
Hi, Ms. Cohart. I just wanted to say thank you for all you've done throughout these years. You've definitely been such a positive aspect in not only theater but in Shawnee Mission North in general,
and you've changed so many kids' lives for the better. You've helped them learn so much and done so much for them, and thank you for that. We're all going to miss you.
Hey Cohort, I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything that you've done for me. I know that I've grown as a performer so much under your direction, and that's honestly something that I'll be eternally grateful for. I know that you're going to be missed in North a lot next year, but I think we're all really excited that you're getting to take this next step in your career, and we'll definitely be at all of your Blue Valley Northwest shows just to show how much we care.
All right, I think enough car alarms have gone off, so I will try and make this quick. Hi, Baumgart. Hope that you're doing well. I just wanted to give my thanks to you. From the time that we were at North, and of course then on, you have been an absolute inspiration to every person that has come in contact with you through the art of drama, and of course the other lessons that you've taught as well. I remember delivering stuff to you. Anyways, thank you. Thank you so very much. And I wish you nothing but the best from your future endeavors. So, from sunny Los Angeles, California, stay groovy, Baumgart.
Hey, Miss Cohart. I'm sitting in the parking lot waiting for my Panda Express order, but I'm also thinking about the incredible impact that your teaching and mentorship has had on me in my experience growing through Shawnee Mission North and Hawker Grove. I will never forget that fateful day when you first taught me the chasse step that I had to relearn for 4 more years after that. But that's just one of many things that you've taught me, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity that I've had personally, and for the opportunity that the North community has had to have somebody as dedicated and smart and passionate as you are. So,
hi, Ms. Cohart. I just wanted to say thank you for everything. Thank you for always being so positive and uplifting when you walk in the room, and giving me such awesome opportunities to do great things. And really, the first time I was introduced to really good theater was with you, I feel like, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Ms. Cohart, for giving me the experience of being in all of your shows and for the joy that you brought to rehearsal and class every day.
Hi, Ms. Cohart. I just want to say thank you so much for this amazing year in the theater department. It will not be the same without you. I can't believe you're leaving, but I'm excited for the future that holds for you. You have done so much for this department. I'm going to miss you so much. You've taught me how to love theater with all my heart. You've always been there when we needed someone. You've always brought so much joy into this theater department, and it won't be the same without you.
Hello, Ms. Cohart. I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything you have done for the theater department. You're an amazing teacher, director, choreographer, and all-around person. You're a person that pushes her students to their absolute best because you truly believe in them, and I will never forget that about you. I don't think my musical experience would have been the same without you, so I thank you so much for that.
Miss Cohart, thank you for making my 4 years of North special.
Miss Cohart, I'm gonna miss you like crazy, but I can't wait to see what you do at Blue Valley because I know it's gonna be awesome.
Thank you for believing in your students as much as you do.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Ms. Cohart.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for everything you've done for the department, Ms. Cohart.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything, and good luck.
Thank you so much. My mom says hi too.
Thank you so much for everything you've ever done with us. I really am going to miss you.
Good luck in your new adventure.
I can't wait to see what you do in the future. Bye.
I'll miss you.
Good luck next year.
You will be missed dearly.
I wish you best in what you do next.
Gonna miss you.
See ya.
Love and happiness. Bye. Say hi to Bernard for me.
This year we have a tie for our number 10 thespian, the first of which serves on our Thespian Executive Board, and you will no doubt remember laid down the law as the town's conservative mayor in our musical All Shook Up. She was also cast in Rumors, where she harnessed the essence of a manic socialite who sought comfort from her crystals. It's been a lot of fun seeing Sydney come into her own these past 4 years, and the theater department has been very fortunate to have her talent and leadership. Congratulations, our number 10 thespian, Sydney Blake. The next number 10 thespian began the year ASMing props for our fall main stage Wait Until Dark. She then finished the year acting as the quirky character Cookie in the cast of Rumors. Throughout the school year, you could always find her enthusiastically willing to lend her a hand. Her candid demeanor and positive outlook is a welcome part of the theater department. I remember a year ago when Ella sustained an injury that required her parents to come use a wheelchair from props. Despite the pain she was experiencing, she continued to stay calm and even keep her sense of humor. Her ability to take difficulties in stride and maintain a positive attitude and look at the bigger picture is impressive and befitting of a top 10 thespian. Congratulations, Ella Gibson. This year, we also have a tie for our number 9 thespian. This sophomore thespian has spent a lot of time in the theater department this year. She started with an acting lead in the student-directed lab play The Earth is Flat, while simultaneously overseeing the fall show programs. From there, she stage managed the Best Christmas Pageant Ever, while again overseeing the winter show programs. She finished the year helping with props for scenes from Shakespeare and ASMing Rumors. Annika worked very hard as a freshman last year creating and wielding the dragons for She Kills Monsters. She has very quickly become an integral cog within the theater department, and we hope to continue to have her fun attitude and dedication the next couple of years as well. Congratulations, Annika Eisenbraun.
Next, we have our number 9 thespian. Thinking back, I have known this number 9 thespian for a long time. I met her while I was a long-term substitute at Hawker Grove Middle School. She was just a little 7th grader cast as the narrator in The Comic Book Artist. I remember thinking what a cute little kid she was and how great she did in that role. When she got to high school, she was in my drama class, and then my actor studio class, and then my rep class. This thespian is an original, and she's genuine. She's kind. This year, I got to see this senior tackle some new and awesome challenges. First, she embarked on directing her own show, which was a huge success. Then in the winter, she took on a brand new challenge again when she agreed to be my costume crew head for the winter musical. I knew that with her work ethic, theater knowledge, and brains, she would do a great job costuming the show. And she absolutely did. In the spring, she graced the stage in Shakespeare and made us all laugh as a member of ART. She also happens to be our thespian president. But the one thing I enjoy and respect the most about this thespian is her uncanny ability to always call it as she sees it. It is so wonderfully refreshing to hear her take on really any and all situations. I admire that about her. We could all use a bit more authenticity in our lives. I'm really gonna miss her humor next year, but I know she is going on to bigger and better things. So everyone, virtual round of applause for Grace Lawton.
Our number 8 thespian is a bit of a mystery to me. She appeared out of nowhere and destroyed her competition in auditions. I remember leaning over to my stage manager and asking, "Who the heck is that girl that just read?" And she had begun to answer me, but I stopped listening because I was already wondering, can she do fight choreography? So fast forward to rehearsals, and I remember leaning over again to my stage manager and saying, man, it's too bad she's a senior and we're gonna lose this girl. And she leaned back over to me and she started to answer, but I had stopped listening again. This time though, because the girl had been hit in the head with a prop weapon. I didn't say she was amazing at fight choreography, and there were a lot of weapons flying around. It turns out she was a sophomore. And it also turns out that she would go on to work on crews and assistant stage manage and be in another one of my shows. Oh, and hit her head again. This time on the floor. There was an incident with an overzealous actor and a gas can. Through all of this, she and her indestructible hair have remained a joy to work with and a privilege to direct. Annalisa Harvey, congratulations on being our number 8 top thespian.
In the time I have known this number 7 thespian, I have never seen her shy away from a challenge or give anything less than 110%. She's a natural performer, which she demonstrates on stage and also just in everyday life. She is fun, charming, and bright. She's one of those people that makes everything look so effortless. But don't be lulled into that illusion, because then you would be underestimating this thespian. It's one thing to have natural talent, but it's another thing to have a resilient spirit, internal drive, and incredible work ethic. This thespian has all of those qualities, and for that reason, there's no telling everything this powerhouse student will accomplish. She is funny, smart, and has a quirky grace that is uniquely hers. Yet, what is even more impressive, and what I have been able to witness firsthand as this girl's teacher, is her unrelenting kindness. In class, I've witnessed Claire go out of her way to include her classmates and work as a supportive member of a team. She led her lights crew with understanding and compassion. If she sees someone left out, she includes them. She doesn't do it for awards or accolades. Half the time, she probably doesn't even realize she is doing it. But I've seen it, and I've seen it a lot. And I was always so grateful for her for that specific reason, her ability to make people feel like they belong and that they're needed, because they are. The world could use a few more Claires in it. Congratulations, Claire Winston, on making number 7 Thespian!
Have you ever had one of those days where nothing's going right? Everything you touch falls apart. Those are the hardest days to walk into a rehearsal or a tech day and have a bunch of kids looking to you for direction. So I had one of those days, a really bad one. I remember it was last year, and it was right before I walked into a She Kills Monsters rehearsal. And so I walked in and I took a deep breath and I turned to face my cast. And before I could say anything, I heard, "Hi, Mr. Palmer, how are you?" And she had the biggest smile on her face, and all of a sudden, it wasn't quite so bad. Then, she spent the rest of the rehearsal as an evil, homicidal, succubus cheerleader. So, not only is she a genuinely good person, but the girl clearly has range. And she's talented, and she finds her way on our stage one way or another, it seems like every season. And she is exactly the kind of person that we need in our lives and in our department. Anytime anyone is frustrated, she is the first person to go up to them and say, "Hey, how are you doing?" and offer that day-brightening smile. Safi Engel, thank you for all that you do, and congratulations on being our number 6 top thespian. I first met our number 5 thespian when she was in Catch Me If You Can. However, I really got to know her through an odd turn of events. So usually students audition, they go through callbacks, and then they have to wait to see if they're on the cast list. I called this student personally. I learned that day, by the way, how awkward it can be when you call a teenager and they're not expecting it. Luckily, she didn't hang up on me, and she agreed to be in my show. So one of the first things I've learned about her in that process was that she's a huge fan of theater, and she loves any show that slaps. Now, I still don't know what that means exactly, but I do know that she stole the show in every scene she was in All Shook Up. She has been an integral part of our program since the beginning. And that's on stage, backstage, on exec board. She's had her hands in everything. So congratulations, Erin Morgan, and thank you for your work ethic, your talent, and your sense of humor. You are our number 5 top thespian.
Our number 4 thespian. Good grief. Where do I begin with this number 4 thespian? I could start with the obvious. This girl can sing. A powerhouse voice who I'm convinced could sing the socks off of any song you gave her. She's also a great actress. As I worked with her on multiple shows this year, I was always so impressed with her ability to take direction. There was rarely a note that she couldn't fix, and as a performer, she's inquisitive and she asks great and thoughtful questions. I loved getting to direct her, to see the progression of her characters. And she has tackled a lot of different roles, including but not limited to a sidekick, a tough guy, a female mechanic, a giddy girl in love, and a doting daughter. And this is all in one show. But more importantly, this girl is one that I've come to depend on, and one that I really enjoy being around. Her kindness, friendly greetings, and genuine heart always brighten my day. If you give this thespian a job, you know it will get done, and it will get done well. She makes me laugh, and she's an incredibly hard worker. Although we did not get to perform the rep show Drop Dead this year, I loved her take on her character, Victor, the overdramatic and egocentric director. Her comedic skills really came through on this work with Drop Dead, and I cannot wait to see what she accomplishes next year. Alex Arnold, thank you for your kindness and your funny stories. I'm really gonna miss you next year. Congrats to our number 4 thespian, Alex Arnold.
I want to tell you about the day that I knew our number 3 thespian was someone special. So I was walking down the hallway outside of the black box, and she came out of the little theater and was also walking down the hallway to the black box. And I called her name, except it wasn't her name because I thought she was someone else. And I called it once, called her twice, and she didn't answer. And so I got louder because I thought she was just ignoring me. And so she turns around calmly and kind of tilts her head to one side and looks at me and walks up to me, and she stands right in front of me, and I don't know how tall she is, but I definitely tower over her. So she looks up at me and she tilts her head again and she goes, "Did you mean me?" Now, she was not in the least bit intimidated. It was impressive. So I thought I should at least probably learn her name and get it right. Since then, not only have I learned her name, but I've also learned that she is a force to be reckoned with, whether it's tech or management or acting or singing or dancing. Everything we have to offer, she excels at. And I have no doubt that next year, whatever successes that we have, she will be firmly planted in the foundation of that. So congratulations and thank you, Emily Turner, our number 3 thespian.
This year's number 2 thespian is a member of our Thespian Executive Board, and in the fall you could find her in a familiar spot, crew heading sound for our fall main stage Wait Until Dark. For the winter, she took on a new role, stage managing our musical All Shook Up. And in the spring, you could find her on the stage acting in Rumors. Ruth is a respected leader in our theater department, reliable and dependable. In addition to her dedication and hard work, another attribute she brings is her positivity. Ruth was a labbie third block for second quarter, and she made a point to swing by my drama class what seemed like most days, to high-five every student in the class and wish them a good day. It got to the point where the class was a bit disappointed if they didn't see Ruth that day. While it may be a while before high-fiving is socially acceptable again, Ruth makes a positive impact on those around her, ultimately making their day better. Congratulations, our number 2 thespian, Ruth Long. This year, we have a tie for our number 1 thespian. The individual I will be recognizing is a member of our Thespian Executive Board, and you'll find her in the theater department eager to help out in any way she can. She stage managed our fall season's theater showcase, and in the winter had an acting lead in the Christmas pageant. She also found time to assist sound with our musical All Shook Up, and in the spring she was back to leading her peers as the stage manager for scenes from Shakespeare. If you haven't figured out who this person is yet, I'll now reveal that she was also our construction crew head for all 3 seasons. Of course, I'm talking about Ashley Hill. Since Ashley has begun working in the theater department, she has continually strived to learn and constantly shows a desire to improve. While you'll usually see her more comfortable leading by example, this year she further stepped up her game and took a verbal lead with her peers. Ashley is a hardworking and reliable fixture in our theater department, and she has shown a relentless desire to improve, so much so that after every season she continually asks for criticism about her performance so that she can do things better. This is an attribute of hers that will no doubt lead to future success, as well as exemplifying true greatness worthy of this year's #1 Thespian Award. So congratulations, Ashley Hill.
When I think of this #1 Thespian, I think of laughing. Because when he's around, that's what I do. I laugh. And no, I do not laugh at him. That'd be mean. I laugh with him because he is so stinking funny. His quick wit and sarcastic humor have brightened my day on more than one occasion. As a thespian, he has been a leader as a crew head and as a performer. The acting roles he's tackled this year were diverse and speak highly of his acting ability and work ethic. He played a ruthless drug lord, a dorky dad, an upright stage manager, and as publicity co-crew head, he created incredible display cases that were always creative, unique, and were always up on time. He's also just one of those kids who never fails to be there when you need him. Whether you're having a bad day and he finds you to tell you a story that will inevitably make you laugh, or you need something done that you forgot about, or if he saves you from a broken costume rack and 1,000 pounds worth of rented costumes that your flu-ridden body can't lift on your own, he's there. I'm gonna miss this guy a lot next year. I will miss his funny stories, his willingness to just get the job done, and his proactive and hardworking nature. I can only hope I have students like him next year. Please give a round of applause to Jeremy Taylor.
Our next award is the Maureen Davis Behind the Scenes Star Award. It's awarded to the senior student who's gone above and beyond what has been asked of them. This award is one in which we recognize a student that gives 110%, oftentimes behind the scenes, and who doesn't ask for anything in return. This year's recipient has been a part of many shows these past 4 years. She has acted on stage and led as well as served on numerous crews. When there is someone that needs help, she helps. When there is something that needs to get done, she has stepped up to the task. It is only with selfless leaders like this individual that we are able to accomplish our ambitious theater seasons year after year. Kirsten treats her peers with respect. She shows empathy to those who are having a bad day. Quite simply, her contributions have made the Shawnee Mission North Theater Department a better place. I am pleased to be awarding the Davis Behind the Scenes Star Award to such a deserving individual. Congratulations, Kirsten Fanning.
The Johnson Technical Award honors the thespians who've accumulated the most tech points during their time at North. Have you ever heard the phrase, "still waters run deep"? Well, that's what I think of when this thespian comes to mind. She is stoic, calm, and is wise beyond her years. She is an asset to our program and a true leader in our department. She started her days with us on sound crew. She has music and sound in her soul, and she quickly climbed to the top of the sound crew ranks. I remember meeting her during the drowsy chaperone. She always had cords and cables in her hand and frequently ran back and forth from the booth to the stage. That's what I remember. She was always on a mission. Like I said, a sound kid through and through. But even though sound crew was where she started and where she frequently is crew head, she has helped on a ton of different crews. Because that's who she is. She's a team player. If she sees that there's a job that needs to be done or a crew that needs help, she's there. I have seen her build props and paint sets. She's helped construct sets and find costumes. She's gone on errands, and she's made our programs. She is anywhere that help is needed. She is a worker. I'm also really impressed with her ability to empathize with people. It serves her on stage, but more importantly, it serves her as she helps and works with others. If only we could all be as understanding and accepting to those around us as this thespian is. So by the time this student was a junior, she'd established herself as an impressive leader within our department. And when it came time for me to choose my stage manager for the winter musical, All Shook Up, well, she was the obvious choice. Being a stage manager is one title for a job that has about 1 million different responsibilities. Ruth exceeded my expectations as stage manager and had a huge role in the musical's success. She coordinated with her assistant managers, helped and communicated with the adult staff, and oversaw and helped the crews during the tech days. I loved watching her work with the actors. And I think her ability to empathize with people really helped her lead the cast to a great performance. She always knew when to give the cast a pep talk or when to point out accomplishments. And she knew when to challenge them. That's a skill not many people have. She's a great leader. Please give a virtual round of applause for the Johnson Technical Award recipient, Ruth Long!
Our department is filled with dramatic people. At any given point, on any given day, you can see kids laughing, crying, screaming, dancing, singing, and sometimes an odd mixture of those. If you are the quiet sort, it can be difficult to stand out in the midst of all that. Yet, I bet just about everyone knows our next award winner. That is because, in the midst of the chaos that is our theater department, she is constant. When we have tech days, we know she will be there. Not only will she be there, but she will work from the start until the finish. She has worked on multiple crews, crew-headed, stage managed, become a leader on the Thespian Exec Board, and managed to put together enough tech points to win this award as a junior, which is extremely rare. I'm not surprised in the least, because I have known for a while how special she is. Last year, we were behind on building the set for She Kills Monsters, so I decided to call a Saturday Tech Day. A few people showed up to help build, but they either showed up late or they left early. The one person who was there from start to finish and worked every bit as hard as I did was the same person I have now come to respect and depend on more than she knows. And the reason I respect her so much is that she would never even think to bring up everything she has done for this department, because a job well done is enough of a reward for her. It is my pleasure to tell Ashley Hill congratulations for being this year's Johnson Technical Award winner.
Our next award is the Ralph Cochran Acting Award. This honor is awarded to the most acting points over 4 years at North. I met this student when she was a freshman in my drama class. I don't remember a lot from that class, except that it had nearly 30 students and all of them were incredibly enthusiastic about theater. This girl is goofy, a great kind of goofy. Even as a freshman, she was never afraid to be herself. She belonged in the theater and she loves the theater. And her opportunities to perform began during her freshman year and then never stopped. As a freshman, she was cast in the dance ensemble of Catch Me If You Can. She was one of the youngest members of the ensemble, but she handled herself with maturity. During rehearsal, she was focused and serious. If there was a job to do, there was no goofing off for this thespian. She took her work seriously. During Catch Me, I was also so impressed with her ability to remember choreography. There was a lot of choreography. And she would not only remember the moves, but also remember the counts, which is more than I can say for myself. By the end of our rehearsal process, I would look to her to remind me what move landed on what count. And I had made up the choreography. Whoops. Ever since her freshman year, she has always helped me out. Her sophomore year, I cast her as Kitty in The Drowsy Chaperone. This musical demanded a lot of its actors. They had to sing, dance, act, have accents, and be funny. The role of Kitty required precise physicality and comedic timing. Miss Thespian nailed it as a sophomore, and she created an endearing and hysterical character. In the spring of her sophomore year, she had a whole new acting challenge as Malin in Steel Magnolias. The role demands high emotion and focus. This is a challenging role to play and was the complete opposite of what she had just played as Kitty. But this actress nailed it, and she played it with a whole lot of heart. And this year, she played Sandra, an academic museum curator desperate for love and all shook up. And she belted her songs and played the role perfectly. I was so proud of her in her final musical performance at Shawnee Mission North. In all of the above roles, these are just highlights of all the acting this girl has done throughout her 4 years at North. She is a smart actor, and she cares about the craft. She doesn't just want the chance to be on stage, but she loves and commits to all the work that is required behind the scenes. She is eager for feedback and direction, and will run a scene or monologue as often as it takes to get it right. Like I said, she is a smart actor who values the process. It has been such a privilege to get to work with this student in class and in shows. I have so enjoyed getting to see her grow as a performer and a person throughout her 4 years at North. So, Erin Morgan, congratulations. I am so proud of you, and I am honored to be your teacher. Round of applause.
The Margaret McClatchy Award is awarded to the senior thespian who has accumulated the most thespian points, both acting and technical, over their 4 years of high school. This year's co-award winner has dedicated herself these past 4 years to our theater department. Many of you have been accustomed to seeing this person delighting us on stage with her acting and singing talent. She has been cast on stage in numerous productions the last 4 years, starting with UWA's the fall of her freshman year. She went on to have acting roles in Catch Me If You Can, Something Wicked This Way Comes, The Drowsy Chaperone, Steel Magnolias, Newsies, Christmas Pageant, Peter and the Starcatcher, and All Shook Up. What you may not have seen is how hard she has worked behind the scenes the last 4 years to make the theater department better. Throughout her 4 years, she has worked on crews such as construction, painting, sound, costumes, publicity, makeup, and served on our Thespian Executive Board. This last spring, she decided to step back from the spotlight for her last main stage to broaden her theater experience by stage managing Rumors. We will miss this individual's talent and dedication to the theater department, but we are looking forward to seeing her continue to pursue her passion for theater at UMKC next year. Congratulations to this year's Co-McClatchy Award winner, Erin Morgan.
We have a lot of students in our program, and that means a lot of first impressions. To be honest, I can't remember the first time I met this young man. It's like one day he was just there, and I don't mean that as an insult. It's not like those random pieces of furniture that show up in the theater department that everyone stops to look at and tilts their head and then goes on about their business. I mean, it was like he wasn't there, and then he was everywhere. If someone would have told me he had a twin, I would have believed it. Because surely no human being could be in so many different places at the same time. You tell me how he could be on the stage acting, and then I turn my head for just a second, and then he's in the booth fixing a light cue. Actors don't fix their own light cues. It's not normal. But this isn't a normal kid. He has crewed, crew-headed, acted, danced, sang, publicized, and more for this department. He's one of the last students who can say that he was here when we still had 2 tech days a week, plus a tech day on Saturday, every week. I think the reason it's hard for me to remember our first meeting is that he's had so many impacts on our department, it's really hard for me to remember a time before him. From designing lights, to being a carny, to being a whirlwind that would blow into my room every few days to ask me how I'm doing and then to tell me about his latest adventures. This young man has blazed quite a path, and I have no idea where that path is going to lead in the future, but I sincerely hope that it includes a few stops back at North to say hi. D'Angelo Allen, congratulations on winning our highest award I will miss you, sir.
Because the end of the school year did not afford us the opportunity to create the material that we generally use for our theater showcase, such as ooh-ahs, next year's fall lab play to start the theater season will be a Shakespeare-inspired comedy that I am very much looking forward to direct. Well, as you already know, this last school year we were unable to present our spring play, Rumors. And while we are very sad that last year's seniors will not be able to join us, we have decided to utilize the set that currently exists on the theater stage and still present to you this hilarious play. Next year, Advanced Repertory Theater class will be putting on this show in the fall, in addition to their original sketch comedy.
Next year, in the winter, I will be directing the lab show. It's become a tradition, as you guys know, that we've done the best Christmas pageant ever the past couple years. So we're gonna switch it up, and we're gonna do a show that is still holiday themed, and it's still fun, and it should still include a lot of people, but it is instead kind of a collection of sketches, almost like an anthology. It's very fun to read, so I know it's going to be fun to produce. And that is The Little Town of Christmas by Pat Cook.
Next year's musical will take the audience to a magical kingdom beneath the sea, where a young mermaid named Ariel longs to leave her ocean home to live in the world above. But first, she'll have to defy her father, the king of the sea, escape the clutches of the evil sea witch, and convince a prince that she's the girl with the perfect voice. That's right, next year's musical will be putting on a production of Disney's Little Mermaid. We had several strong candidates apply to be student director. Ultimately, we were very impressed with this student's strongly written application, vision for directing, and strong track record of leadership within the theater department. Next year's student director will be Ashley Hill. Ashley's play will be announced once we have secured the rights to do so. Congratulations, Ashley.
Hey guys, I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to be the student director for next year. I cannot wait, and I will see you all then.
So next year, Repertory Theater will still be doing 2 shows, one of which will remain nameless for now until I find out a few more details about the class. The second of which, most of you will know pretty well, because it's called Drop Dead. So I'm bringing it back, because there's no way I'm missing out on directing that show. So we've all been cooped up inside. In the Palmer household, we are bouncing off the walls. Like, getting to go for a walk is like the equivalent of going to Worlds of Fun. It's this special treat, we all get so excited. I am bored out of my mind most of the time, and I am tired of not getting to see everyone, and getting to see you guys, and getting to rehearse and move and do things. And so I think that influenced my choice for our spring main stage, which I'll be directing. It has villains and heroes and swords and bows and arrows, and it is based on one of the greatest stories ever told. So get ready, because in the spring we are going to be doing our take on Ken Ludwig's Sherwood, The Adventures of Robin Hood.
Well, it has been quite the year. From fighting off robbers in the middle of the night, to hiding in abandoned fairgrounds, to telling rumors about how great our spring season would have been. We have been through a lot. But just because our last season of the year got cut short, it doesn't mean that we did not have a great year. We had sold out shows, strike parties, tech days, audition workshops, and even a soda fountain. Hundreds of hours were collectively put into acting, dancing, singing, lights, sound, costumes, props, and so much more. It is sad that we did not get to see all of the amazing stuff we would have done for our spring season, but don't let that undermine all of the work that we did this year. We all did such a great job. We put everything we had into every single task we were given. You all should be so proud of yourselves. I cannot wait to see how amazing this department will be next year. Thank you all.
And congratulations on winning our highest award. I didn't like it.
All right, take 999,005.
How am I gonna do this?
This year, we have a tie for our thespian.
The battery's almost dead.
Seriously?
Seriously, it's flashing red.
Okay.
This year, we have 2.
Walk into a rehearsal or a tech day as a director, or excuse me. We'll keep it rolling.
This year, we have a tie for our top 10.
I'm trying to hold still so I can cut this. I'm trying to hold really still.
Alright, good.
Go. Alright.
This year, we have a...
Number 5, top thespian. Okay, hold on.
This year, we also have a tie for our number 9 thespian. This sophomore thespian has spent a lot of time in the theater department this year. She started in This year, we also have a tie for our top...
Turns out, she was a sophomore. And it also turns out...
This year's number 2 thespian is a member of our Thespian Executive Board.
I want to tell you about the other day. We'll keep going.
This year, we have a tie for our number 1 thespian.
How dare you? And asking her to be...
Next year. Yep.